How did enclosure affect agriculture? Have you ever wondered how the transformation of common lands into private property changed farming forever? The process known as enclosure had a profound impact on agriculture, and it is essential to understand its effects. Enclosure involved taking shared lands, which communities used for grazing and small-scale farming, and turning them into privately owned plots. This shift was primarily driven by large landowners looking to maximize their profits. One major effect of enclosure was the consolidation of land. Before enclosure, fields were divided into small strips, making farming inefficient. After enclosure, landowners could combine these strips into larger, more manageable farms. This allowed them to adopt new farming techniques that were not possible under the old system. For instance, they could implement crop rotation methods, like the Norfolk four-course rotation. This system alternated between wheat, turnips, barley, and clover, improving soil fertility and increasing crop yields. Enclosed lands also encouraged more intensive farming practices. Landowners could experiment with new crops and livestock management without worrying about communal grazing rights. This experimentation led to significant increases in agricultural productivity, contributing to what is known as the British Agricultural Revolution. The overall output of farms grew, which was a positive development for some landowners. However, from a socialist viewpoint, the consequences of enclosure were not all beneficial. Many small farmers and rural laborers lost their access to common lands, which they relied on for their livelihoods. This loss meant they could no longer graze animals, gather fuel, or forage for food. As a result, their traditional agrarian lifestyles were severely undermined. Displaced farmers often had no choice but to sell their land to wealthier landowners or become landless laborers. This loss of economic independence led to rural depopulation, as many agricultural workers moved to cities in search of jobs. This migration fueled the growth of the industrial working class, marking a shift from a rural society to an urban one. In summary, while enclosure improved agricultural efficiency and productivity through private control and innovation, it also dispossessed small farmers and rural communities. This deepened social divides and created a labor force vulnerable to exploitation in emerging industries. From a socialist perspective, enclosure illustrates how privatization can benefit landowners while undermining communal rights and social welfare. Understanding these dynamics helps us see the broader implications of land ownership and agricultural practices in society.